There's an old saying that black people have always known white people better than we even know ourselves. And I'm going to prove to you why this is true in this video. Number one, the reason my words have always triggered white America is because I've done what most white folks are too terrified to do. I simply put the myth down. I walked away from the racial lies and the narcissistic narratives we were fed from birth. I stopped buying into the delusion that our comfort is the only reality that matters. I'm not talking to you from inside the white bubble anymore. I'm just talking from the outside. You see, there are two Americas. One is built on the hard truth, and the other is built on a white fairy tale. Black people have the clarity they have because they never bought into the myth of white supremacy. They knew it was a hustle from day one. But white America made a deal with that myth. We traded our soul and our connection to reality for a sense of superiority that doesn't even exist. And that's the God's truth. That's why white folks have zero credibility when you talk about race. We can't have credibility when you're living a lie, can you? And in 2026, we're seeing the receipts for that truth. Last month, 8 million people, mostly white folks, marched for No King's Day. They were out there screaming about fascism, affordability, and the loss of democracy under Trump's regime, like the house that just caught on fire this morning. But look at who's not in those streets. Black people largely set this one out. Why, you might ask? It's because black people tried to warn white people for years. They pointed at Trump and said, this is where this ends. They sounded the alarm on the racism, the corruption, and the rot. But white people didn't listen. We went ahead and supported this racist regime in massive numbers anyway, because we were too blinded by our own greed and our own fucking arrogance to care about who got crushed as long as we felt superior. Yes, we saw a great white morally bankrupt narcissist that mirrored our white narcissism perfectly. Trump, the white man's racist messiah. See, white supremacy is a moral lobotomy. It has turned white America into toxic, delusional people. White narcissism spiritually stunts the person holding on to it. Fact. I know I was a racist. And we need to be clear. White supremacy isn't just the guys in the hoods or the extremists in the news. It's the everyday culture of white America. It's maintained by the average white person who either perpetrates it, denies it, or enables it through a cold, calculated apathy. It's all that silence that gives it permission to breathe. We thought we were the owners of the machine, but we were just the next ones on the menu. Now that the smoke is finally reaching our front doors, we're acting shocked. But black people aren't shocked. They've been looking at us from the outside for centuries, seeing the truth of our chaos while we were busy getting high on our myths. We spend all day, every day, spewing 1,000 false narratives and lies about race, indoctrinating ourselves with a belief system that keeps us trapped in this myth. No, black people aren't coming to save us this time. They're standing back, watching white people fuck around and find out what happens when you build a world on a fucking lie. That's why, despite the struggle, if you ask a black person if they would ever want to trade places and be white, the answer is almost always a resounding no.
Never.
They'd rather keep their soul and their clarity than inherit our racist, soul-crushing delusion.
That's always one thing I've always stood firm on. My integrity, my soul. Like I said, it's dangerous to be black, right? With all the stuff we got to deal with, but it's fun as hell, and I love it. This is not an anti-anything video. I'm just expressing, what he just said.
Because at the end of the day, black people have always known white people better than we have ever dared to know ourselves. They've always understood that white supremacy was never just about power. It was a form of enslavement for the white man. And ultimately, it is our destruction. So white America, I'm going to leave you with this. James Baldwin told us, not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it's fucking face.
So for all the racists on here who love to talk about black and brown predators or the dangers of undocumented folks, can you please explain why nearly 80% of the people who produce, distribute, or possess child essay material are white men, and almost all of them are U.S. citizens? And by the way, you can check that data for yourself. So you see this? This is the U.S.
This is for the people that love to run with narratives. The information, this is what I'm saying. The information is accessible. It's right there. Every single lie, every single piece of rhetoric that people love to speak can be disputed easily. Y'all don't want that, though. Y'all want to run with a lie. Let's go to the data.
Commission's interactive data analyzer, which is a nifty little tool that lets you look up stats on any federal crime category overall, and then you can break it down by race, and then you can calculate the percentage of that crime done by each racial group for every year going all the way back to 2015, or you can do it for a range of years. So I did that for child essay material prosecutions from 2015 all the way through 2025, and it turns out that 78% of those prosecutions were of white men, almost 8 out of 10, while only 6% were of black men. You know, that group that y'all racists say is the most dangerous and awful group out there? So what the hell is it about white men that explains this? I mean, after all, for other crimes, everybody's got a theory to explain it, right? For typical street-level violent or property crimes, both the left and the right have theories. We on the left say socioeconomic factors can explain them. The right says it's culture, maybe even biology. But my point is, everybody has a theory. And yet, when it's white dudes that predominate disproportionately in some category of misdeeds like child essay material or child sexual exploitation, also about 71% of those are white folks, according to a DOJ report released in January of this year, or spree killing or mass school shooting, suddenly nobody has an analysis at all. Apparently, we just treat that shit like some inexplicable individual pathology, or we write it off to mental illness or video games or some shit. We never blame it on white culture. We never blame it on whiteness. We never blame it on white DNA. We never ask what's wrong with the white family. We do that about the black family all the time. We say, where are the black dads? We never ask where the white dads are. What's wrong with white fathers? Well, apparently some of the white dads and some of the white uncles are online looking at the child essay material. That's the problem. If we were actually a country that cared about actual predators, particularly the ones who threaten children, if we were actually worried about danger, we'd be asking this question about why white people and white men in particular are so predominant in this category of dangerous criminal offending. But we're not that country. We just want to racialize danger and crime. We don't actually want to protect people from harm.
If you believe that people of color are inherently more violent than white people, you're an idiot or you've been propagandized. I've got people in my comments sections arguing that the reason the homicide rates in these red states are so high is because of all the black people in the Democrat cities within those states. It's garbage. We're putting it to bed right now. I've got FBI homicide rate data. I've got U.S. Census Bureau data.
Here we go with the actual data. All right, here we go.
At the 5 cities with the highest percentage of their population who self-identifies as black. So according to these people in my comments section, they should have the 5 highest murder rates in the country, right? Number 1 is South Fulton, Georgia, where 90.6% of the population self-identifies as black. Their murder rate, below the national average. You know what else is below the national average? Their poverty rate. I'm sure that's a correlation that won't persist throughout this entire thing and around the world.
Of course.
Number 2, Jackson, Mississippi. 82% self-identify as black. Murder rate is near the top. You know what else is near the top? Their poverty rate. That's 2.63 times higher than the national average and is the 8th highest in the country. Number 3, East Orange, New Jersey, 79.1% self-identify as black. Should have the 3rd highest murder rate in the country, right? It's not in the top 200. It is above the national average, just like their poverty rate.
You don't get to enslave people, lynch people, beat people, eat people, segregate people, lock people out of resources, destabilize families, over-police communities, undereducate schools, poison neighborhoods, and then turn around and have the audacity to say, why are they so angry? What the fuck do you mean, why are they so angry? That question alone is disrespectful as hell, because anger does not come out of nowhere. Intensity does not come out of nowhere. Pain does not come out of nowhere.
Middle Passage, white people. Slavery, white people. Jim Crow, white people.
I'm just running over the facts. Hey, they ain't even black. All right, this for all those people that keep hopping in my comments with that bull. This for y'all. This all facts here.
White people. Trail of Tears, white people. Wounded Knee, white people. Asian internment camps, white people. The vast majority of gun violence, white people. You see a trend? January 6th, white people. Ahmaud Arbery, 3 white guys.
white people ain't shit. Damn. Just kind of felt like saying that. But it's true, though, if you think about it. Like, what group of people is more racist than us, more hateful than us? What group of people do you know that started over 100+ race massacres and stripped everything from other groups of people of color? Oh my God. Black people, however you want to categorize, and never pay it back. Ever. I mean, take everything they own, properties, businesses, family. Use their like, lynch them and do unspeakable acts to them. Use their skin. What? For shoes and wallets and belts.
And if the world hated the real problem the way y'all hate niggas, we probably would have heaven on earth. Because what do so-called black people do to the world to be hated globally? Answer.
Nothing. Be ourselves. Be kind. Be giving. Nothing.
When you ask people that question, when you ask other groups of people that question, they'll say shit like, yo, commit crime. Everybody commit crime. Who's responsible for the crime in China? Not niggas. Who's responsible for the crime in India? Not niggas. So everybody commit crime. Every group has bad apples. You would think that the niggas have done the most egregious acts against all of humanity. Y'all just be reaching for shit to justify your bigotry. Because most of y'all don't want to admit that y'all just some hating ass bitches. Because that's my only conclusion. Y'all don't be having no real reasons to hate niggas. Y'all don't be having none. Y'all be sitting up there, want to be microaggression, or you'll scoot your kids away from black people. You need to be scooting your kids away from the motherfuckers who started an island to torture fucking children.
But then to sit there and root for every single sports team with us on it. Every single one. Right?
Every group of people that y'all be meat sucking to death is the very group of people that's in your nations destabilizing them. Thank you. And I'm really talking about specifically the black American. I mean, I know black people go through shit globally, but I'm really talking about specifically the black American. Y'all can't even name a nation we dropped the nuke on. I'm not talking about the United States. We don't got shit to do with that. Name something that we've done to the global collective that warrants anti-blackness around the world. Name one thing. Motherfuckers can't name shit black people done. Two, nobody globally. None. But I can name a plethora of shit other people have done that warrants our justification to hate every fucking body. And we still don't hate everybody.
Nope.
When are we going to finally have a real conversation about the reason why people really don't like black people? When are we really going to talk about how black people are the most compassionate, caring, nurturing, providing, forgiving, sacrificing culture of all? Black people are more resilient, more forgiving, more understanding, and more resilient than any other people. Yeah. And we are the least violent, the least colonizing, the least destructive, the least invasive out of all. But somehow everybody's scared of us. Everyone fears black people. But all of you guys kill us. All of you guys exploit us. All of you guys, it doesn't seem like y'all are scared of us. It sounds real fishy. Because y'all don't act like you're afraid. You do all the things that we should be afraid of. But then y'all are afraid of us.
We'll sit there and say you're afraid. Yo, there's a guy outside and he's done. You'll approach him. You'll walk right up to him. That's not what we do when we scared of stuff. We don't walk up to things that we're scared of. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, somebody's fucking capping, bro. We need to wake up. It is cap. Okay.
For some reason, everybody think it's okay to attack black people. Look at this Asian comedian. Watch the video, and I'll be right back with you.
My only problem with ICE is that they're going after every minority group except black people. I mean, you're trying to reduce crime. You're just giving them more room to breathe. Can you imagine the shape you have to be in to deport black people?
That's probably the funniest part about this whole shit. The rest of this is ass.
This guy said his only problem is that ICE is harassing, attacking, imprisoning, whatever the fuck you want to say, every minority group except the black people.
Because we're not immigrants.
How did we get into that? How did we get into the situation with ICE? And then, not only to add insult to injury, he comes back and he's like, if you're trying to stop crime. Am I mistaken? Or is that not just blatant racism. Because we know that Chinese people, for the most people, do not like black people. That's why you almost never, ever, ever see them hire any black people. You go in their store, but they're in our neighborhood. These are the type of attitudes and mentality that what I'm telling you, black people do not utilize their business. If they don't respect you, don't use their business. But do you think that was right for this guy to specifically want ICE to target the black people? Like, we have not been targeted for, I don't know, 500-600 years. That we are not being targeted right now by this entire administration. At no time did that man say anything about Asian people. We never go and look problems with any other race.
Never.
No matter what people can say.
We literally mind our own business, bro. Everybody in our business. Everybody trying to sell something to us or steal something from us culturally, or as long as we are consumers, everybody loves it, right? Everybody loves it.
What we look at a problem with is within our race. We don't go
That's it.
and shoot up all these white people. We don't go
Never.
and shoot up all these Asian people or Hispanic people.
Never.
We don't do that.
Never.
But for some reason, every
do it to us.
culture have a problem with us.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me why. I'd just like anybody to explain to me, why is it that every culture want to see the black man, the black woman destroyed, look like erased from the planet? I cannot understand. Maybe one of you guys could explain it to me.
And you would really have to articulate that, because like we said, we've already went over the data. Like the data, you can find the data if you want to find it. People don't want to, because they want to be inherently racist for no reason. They want to not like someone because of their skin color. That is the dumbest shit in the world, bro. That is stupid. That is stupid. Y'all have made this thing a way of life, which is the weirdest thing in the world. There's other things to do besides obsessing over trying to make black people look a certain way. There are literally channels on YouTube where all they post is videos of black people getting arrested by cops. Only specifically black people. There's some neutral ones, right? And then there's some that post every 2 out of 3 videos will be black people doing stuff. When I first initially made this channel, I could have geared my channel the same way in a different direction. I could have made white people look like that. There's all kinds of videos like that out there for me to do that. We don't choose to do that though. I made this video specifically for the people that love to get in the comments and lie and spew rhetoric, right? And I'll debate anybody live about it. I'd have chewed Charlie Kirk ass up. That's easy work. The point is nobody can explain the exact reason. We don't have a history of doing the things that people around the world, right? Mostly in this country, but around the world have accused us of. We don't have a history of that. Y'all do. We don't have a history of none of that. None of it. The sad part is, as I said before, you're losing out on very good people being like that. Right? I'm not going to say your relationship with every single black person is going to be that way. No. I've had issues with black people. I'm black. I've had issues with white people. I've had issues with Hispanic people. I've had issues with African black people. I've had issues with Asian people. Do you know what I'm saying? Depending on what that issue is. But I don't go around saying, hey, this is how you guys are. Da 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 da. Okay, well, inherently, this is how you guys are. If we're looking at the actual, statistical data, right? If we're actually looking at it, we have every reason in the world to judge you guys. We don't. We mind our business, bro. It's sad. It's sad that people are really like this, because we can't get a break. We can't catch a break from nothing, bro. Not only do we have to put up with the stuff we got to deal with in normal life, we got to put up with people always inherently wanting to be racist to us, always wanting to attack you online. You can't go nowhere without people saying some, and it's all lies. That's the thing. I can deal with it if it's the truth. It's all lies. Like the whole, 13%, 56% of the crime, that whole thing Charlie Kirk ran on, which was a lie. Because number one, there's way more black people in the country than 13%, actually. There's way more black people in the country than that. I don't even know where he got that from. To say, oh, well, 13% makes up, that's a lie too. I'll tell you this. Keep it simple. I'd rather a black person, right, quote unquote, rob me or break into my house and steal, $2,000-$3,000 worth of jewelry than for a white man to wipe out my whole 401k. That's easy. I choose that all day. Y'all don't talk about that shit though. Y'all don't talk about that. You know how many, if we had to actually compare the dollar amount as far as theft go, blue collar crime, white collar crime, petty theft, it's not even close, bro. It's not. Y'all need to knock it off, bro. I made this video specifically for people that love to run on that rhetoric, that love to just spew bullshit. People that follow Orange Man. This video for y'all. Stop lying, bro. Stop lying. It does nothing. Oh, it's weird. And also, too, the weirdest part about it is when we get in public, y'all don't do this to us in public. Y'all wait till, you get that one random black person that wants to go to a camp invite when he's by himself out in the sticks. Y'all don't do this shit. Y'all don't do this shit in real life, man. Knock it off. It's weird. It is weird to judge people based off of the color of their skin, because if we had to do that in reverse, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Like, comment, share this video. Let's talk about it too. You don't got to be a nasty individual. We can really have a discourse about it. But what we're not going to do is lie. All right? Stop pointing the finger when you need to address, y'all need to address your own shit. Stop always pointing and projecting. That's all y'all doing now. And it's not all y'all, but like y'all do us, right? Since we a monolith, right? We all do X, Y, and Z. We all don't have our fathers in our life, which is cap. There's actually data proving that the black family is more nuclear now than any other family, meaning father, mother, kids, married, than any other race in America. Excuse me. Shit get exhausting, bro. There's other things to do. There's other things to do with your life than just sit around talking about black people and trying to make black people the villains of an imaginary story that has nothing to do with you. Literally nothing. Most of you don't even come across black people on a daily basis. You're watching Facebook and YouTube and TikTok algorithms that's force feeding you the same shit. Of course you're gonna see that. You're choosing to watch that. I can understand your bias and I can respect your racism if you can stand on it face to face. Yeah, I can't. So it's rhetoric and it's stuff you really truly don't believe. I believe the earth is round. I will talk to you about how round the earth is to your face. Okay? I don't believe a lot of things. Things that I don't believe, I'm not going to argue with you face to face. That's just the truth. And most people can't articulate themselves, articulate. You can't articulate themselves enough to even have a conversation, because then it will default back to racism and rhetoric. You just spew. That's all you guys are learning from the orange fat boy. That's all y'all learning. Chill out, man. Life too short for the BS. Like, comment, share. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Peace.